What's up guys, wtfmikxy here, and we finally got the full release date of Wuthering Waves. The official launch date is going to be May 22nd of 2024, and it has me really thrilled and excited. Today I'll be going over everything that you need to know about Wuthering Waves and the special broadcast. Kuro Games took the special broadcast down, so I'm here to go over everything that you missed. It has been a total of 3 years since Kuro Games started the project on Wuthering Waves, and in my opinion, to be honest, they have come a long way. You can see the major drastic differences between closed beta 1 and closed beta 2. Now, do I think this is the GENSHIN killer? No, I don't think this is the GENSHIN killer. I wouldn't call Wuthering Waves a GENSHIN killer, and the reason why is because it's a different game. Wuthering Waves really thrives to the hardcore gamer aspect of the community. If you're missing out on that combat that Genshin Impact is just not offering, then this is the game for you. And MiHoYo, compared to Kuro Games, I would say Kuro Games is a lot more generous. The whole 3 wishes and the Genshin can never meme, yeah, it was quite disappointing. But that's enough said. Let's talk about the pre-registrations on Wuthering Waves. Make sure you guys all pre-register on the Wuthering Waves official website. Wuthering Waves is mobile compatible and will be released on iOS and Android, including PC as well. As far as console goes, there is controller compatibility on PC, so I don't see Kuro Games not pushing for console games as well. So make sure you guys pre-register, because the more pre-registrations we get, the more rewards we get at launch. In my opinion, I think May 22nd is really early for Wuthering Waves to be coming out, so it leaves me a little nervous. However, Kuro Games has showed us from time and time again that they are willing to fix the issues that we as a community bring forward. So with that said, I'm putting my full faith into the devs to give us a really spectacular game. And as for me, who played the closed beta 2, I did enjoy lots and lots of hours of the game. It is very addicting. So we as a community, if we get enough pre-registrations, we'll be given 20 free pulls and a 4-star weapon. But this is as expected because Kuro Games is always willing to give out to their community. Ever since I joined the train on Wuthering Waves, I've noticed that they always put their community first. Kuro Games is really generous to their community, so I suggest really giving this game a try if you haven't been considering it. On that note of Kuro Games' generosity, there was a lot of complaints about the ecosystem. Even me personally, I felt as if it was too grind heavy, and honestly, it kind of got sickening after a while. So what did Kuro Games do? They fixed one of the biggest issues with the Wuthering Waves closed beta 2, and that was the ecosystem. Kuro Games went ahead and reduced the grind time for echoes, which in my opinion was one of my only complaints about the game. However, there's still a lot of stuff to go over, so bear with me here. Also, another major new feature that Kuro Games added is the data merge feature. In this feature, if you ever get disposable or useless echoes that you do not want, you can just merge them all together and create new echoes and try to gain better rolls. This is huge. And honestly, just based off that fact, this already feels like they're reducing the grind time for echoes. I personally didn't get to see this feature, so I'm excited to see the new feature coming soon. Another thing that Kuro Games did to reduce the grind time for grinding for echoes is the tacit field drops. They increased the drop rate on tacit field challenges to make the grind less inducing. On top of that, if you get lucky and you get a shiny or what we call a phantom echo, even if you obtain bad rolls, there's still a cool thing about getting them. You can now visually see the difference on a shiny echo or a phantom echo as opposed to a regular echo, hence giving phantom echoes a special appearance. On top of that, one of the biggest issues with closed beta 1 to closed beta 2 is the beta testers of closed beta 1 really said that the story was really holding back the potential of the game. So in closed beta 2, they improved the story in my opinion, but a lot of people weren't still too happy. So Kuro Games did announce that they would strive to make better improvements towards the story as a whole. And Kuro Games did say this before closed beta 2, but they also in the special broadcast reassured us that they're still making strides to make it better. Specifically, Kuro Games will be hyper focusing on the cinematic parts of the story to improve it. As well as that, they're going to be redoing the chronological order of events that happen within the game of Wuthering Waves. Also, a lot of complaints that gamers had about Wuthering Waves was the lack of lip movement and how it felt static. So another important thing that Kuro Games is going to do to improve their story is work on the characters' expressions and their voiceovers. And as for some exciting news, Yinlin is finally getting her story. We all know our fan favorite Yinlin. So on the release of Wuthering Waves, we should be expecting her story, and I am super excited for it. Another major thing that Kuro Games fixed and is working towards is the whole sound design of the game in general. They specifically improved the sound design during echo skills, combat, and cinematic scenes or cutscenes. And another major thing that they announced that I find very interesting, but it doesn't work personally for me, but it will work for other players, is the fact that they're adding custom keybinds to controllers. Before Kuro Games dropped the special broadcast, they actually had a developer's message that we're going to go through right now. This developer's message stated, "Dear Rovers, we would like to first express our sincere gratitude. Thank you for participating in and paying attention to our closed beta test 2. We received a lot of valuable feedback from all platforms. After careful consideration, we have finalized our plans for the future adjustments and optimizations, and we would like to share them with you. We hope this developer's message addresses any questions you may have. Your continued support means the world to us. So this is exactly what I was saying. Kuro Games does everything in their power to make sure that their community is happy. So starting off, we have the combat. Overall combat experience optimizations. We are addressing the issue of poor sound effects and hit feedback many of our players mentioned. We will focus on revamping the sound effects of weapon hit feedback, echo skills, resonance skills, and other battle aspects. In addition, we'll improve jumping by adjusting animation speed, camera transitions, and landing feedback to make it feel more natural. That's insane. That's going to be really exciting because I did feel that while I was playing the closed beta test 2. I felt as if it didn't feel smooth still, like in closed beta test 1, but I think they really nailed it in closed beta test 2, but there was some things that they had to adjust. Character-specific combat optimizations. We will be making specific adjustments for characters frequently mentioned in the feedback we received, adjusting Ling Yang's and GENSHIN's moveset for an elevated overall combat experience. So Kuro Games' current plans include adjust Ling Yang's and GENSHIN's moveset for an elevated overall combat experience, adjust Verina's HP restoration mechanism so she can use her photosynthesis energy more efficiently, and then lastly improve Kelcharo's kit. His extra intro skill necessary means will be available by default. That's good. That's good. See, they're already making changes to characters, which means they actually generally do care about how their characters are performing as well. Kuro Games will introduce a series of new combat practicing dungeons where you can better familiarize yourself with each character's unique combat mechanisms and practice how to combo. Aside from the points above, we also started working on other frequently reported issues, such as bad camera experiences, frequent lock-on loss, enemies quitting combat, and counterattack failures. So I actually had this time where I was fighting a monster. It was like a rock guardian, I believe it was, and he kept walking away from the fight, and it was really getting on my nerves. So I'm glad that Kuro Games is already fixing these issues. And then moving on, as what we were talking about, the ecosystem. We received a lot of feedback on the ecosystem. Thank you so much for taking the time to test out this system and providing valuable suggestions. We have received many suggestions and concerns about how the echo hunting experience was too grindy, how the game lacked disposal options for unwanted echoes, and other issues. To address these issues, we are planning to implement the following changes. They're going to make it easier to obtain various echoes, and they said they plan to make echoes available through participating in in-game events, completing daily activities, and other means. So what this means essentially is that during daily activities and other things while playing Wuthering Waves, you will get echoes more easier rather than just having to go out in the open world and grinding them. Then they're going to provide a better way to dispose of unused or redundant echoes. You'll be able to recycle unenhanced echoes by converting them into random new echoes of a type you have unlocked. So this is what I was talking about before with the whole new data system. And then we got return turners when tuned echoes are consumed. When you use a tuned echo to upgrade other echoes, a designated percentage of tuners you previously used will be returned. So when getting rid of echoes, we will also get free materials as well. Make it easier to get your desired substats. So what this essentially means is they're going to make it easier to get the desired roles that we want for our echoes, and basically make our characters stronger and build them the way that we want to build it. Which is something that I really like as well, because a major thing in Genshin is that it is super hard to get the artifacts that you need and the roles that you need. So how they're going to fix this is they will raise the minimum numbers you can get with substat rolling and narrow the range of possible rolling results. That is major. Then lastly, optimize the auto-equipped echo mechanism. So additionally, Kuro Games will improve Inferno Rider's echo skill to add a new transformation mode. When equipped, you can transform into the Inferno Rider. They will be developing even more new events and new gameplay centered around echoes and improve them based on our feedback to create unique experiences. So as you can see here, the echo you transform into and you can actually ride it around, which is another means of transportation. This is what I like to see. This is a step in the right direction for the open world experience as a whole. And we got new content for Depths of Elusive Realm. They will be adding a tutorial stage for Depths of the Elusive Realm to help beginners better understand and enjoy this gameplay. More playable characters will be added in Depths of the Elusive Realms. Additionally, you will be able to use trial characters in this mode. Meanwhile, new high difficulty events and special boss mechanisms will be added for you to challenge. So not only are they addressing issues that we are mainly talking about, they're going to be addressing other issues as well. So they gave us a few examples of what they're doing to improve the overall experience. Drops from supply chests or enemies in the wild will be automatically picked up. Co-op mode will be available sooner at a lower union level. A batch salvaging option for unwanted items in your backpack. Dude, these are overall better enhancements to the game to make it feel better. I love this. Kuro Games is cooking. As we were mentioning before, they're going to be working on the story cutscenes and animations, including strange camera positionings, characters showing up at the wrong time, poorly matched lip animations, and lack of detail in story sound effects. They reworked the sound effects in cutscenes for a better performance and improved the skip function to make it work better. Let's go. I didn't see that in the closed beta too, so I'm excited. They will also be polishing every detail of the story cutscenes and animations to optimize the quality. We hope this will help you better enjoy the story quests. Aside from the changes above, they are addressing game issues such as crashes, blank screens, frame drops, and devices overheating. Kuro Games is also improving the character and environment designs and adjusting the UI for easier navigation. Kuro Games is also working on new events and story content. That is huge, man. And we also got localization. We take localization quality very seriously, and it is also a big part of our future optimization plans. Kuro Games will continue to improve the localization quality based on our feedback. Kuro Games will also be adding English, Japanese, and Korean voiceovers for stories and character voice lines. Kuro Games also reassured us that the development team is committed to addressing these issues and prioritizing areas that were less enjoyable for players. And Kuro Games' biggest goal is to bring us a better version of their game when it drops on May 22nd. Will you guys be playing Wuthering Waves? Because I know I am. And if you're new, my name is wtfmikxy, and make sure you smash that subscribe button down below so you can find your way back to the channel. That's all for today. Peace.